Exactly. You can be in control of your pain just by adjusting your emotions. My doctor told me that this was the first step towards healing. He then explained that the second step was to start to exercise with his prescription and under supervision of an experienced physical therapist.
Oh, forget it. I tried physical therapy a year ago. It only made me hurt even more.
This is because many physical therapists and doctors are not trained in treating chronic pain patients. My doctor told me that due to several years of inactivity and guarding, many of my muscles that support my posture have become weak and tight. Weak and tight muscles are deprived of nutrients and oxygen and in essence are sick.
How can you have sick muscle?
Well, when the muscle does not get proper blood flow and lacks nutrients and oxygen, it cannot perform any significant work for any significant period of time. It gets more tight and more painful when it gets overused. And when it is that weak, it does not take much to overuse it. So, it is a sick muscle.
You mean even simple things like sitting at a computer and driving could overuse my muscles?
You got it. It can be really scary if you don't understand what is happening. What's more, I used to yo-yo between periods of overactivity and no activity at all. When I tried to do regular chores around the house, I would hurt so much the next day that I would do nothing for the next 3 days. I didn't realize that I was simply doing more than my muscles could handle and that I needed to train them to perform these chores. I just became more and more scared of hurting myself.
How did you overcome that fear?
I went to physical therapy. At first my pain got worse and I was sore all over. But I kept telling myself that I was using muscles I haven't used before and that the soreness was normal. After about 3 weeks I started to see results. I felt stronger, and what was most important, I learned that I could work through my pain. Instead of laying down or taking a pain pill whenever I had pain, I would try to remain calm and do some of the exercises that I learned in therapy.
You exercised when you were in pain. That is the last thing that I would have done.
But that is exactly what started to break that vicious cycle. By doing the exercises, I took the control away from the pain, and that alone made me feel better. I had no more fear.
How long did it take for you to get better?
It took a while, but I kept to it. And I received a lot of reassurance from my doctor and my physical therapist. Finally, after 3 months, I started to tolerate some normal activities. Ultimately, it took almost a year for me to feel normal again.
A whole year? How did you manage to keep going for that long?
I didn't go to therapy for that entire time. After 4 months, I gained enough confidence that I was able to continue to exercise on my own. I changed the way I ate and the way I felt about myself. Considering that I was in pain for 4 years, a year to recover did not seem unreasonable. And besides, once the vicious cycle was broken, and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, it was a lot easier to keep myself motivated.
Wow, I want to thank you so much. I now feel that there is hope for me, and I already feel less afraid.
That is terrific. Why don't you see the doctor that I saw? I'll give you her name.
I absolutely will. It is time for me to get my life back and get myself in the driver's seat again.